Hey, Mind Wanderers. Happy almost New Year. It's another IGTV Live with yours truly, Coach Sam Led. Figured I'd start off this IGTV Live with, wow, this Queen's Greatest Hits. I got this in Israel. Hey, web video, welcome. I got this Queen Greatest Hits in Israel in 1991. I'm aging myself to... And just welcome to another IGTV Live with yours truly. We're going to take that deep dive and talk about all the things you don't want to talk about in your life. We're going to talk about trauma. We're going to talk about illness. We're going to talk about getting out of your own way, getting out of your monkey mind. Hey, Tracy. Welcome. And I just love this song. And I love Queen. And I love Freddie Mercury. I'm going to turn this down. We're going to get started. Hey now, how's everybody doing? Happy almost New Year's. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to there we go. Hope everyone is having a good almost New Year's. There we go. We're going to talk about your New Year's plan, your New Year's resolutions for 2019. And a lot of us, oh wait, before I do that, I want to talk about the reason why I'm playing Freddie Mercury and Queen's Greatest Hits. Hey Shiv Gadar, welcome. I am Coach Sam Led. I'm a trauma and leadership and I can't speak today. And mindset coach here in beautiful Santa Barbara, California. And the reason why I was playing and I came up with the idea to start the program with Freddie Mercury and Queen is that I was thinking about being a curator of your mental health. Hey, Farmers, Delia, and Bakery. Awesome. Are you near Santa Barbara? I'd love to try your stuff. Cool. The reason why I'm playing Freddie Mercury and Queen right now is because if any of you have went to see the movie and kind of get a feeling for Freddie Mercury's demons and how he really put his own mental health and emotional well-being on the side burner. He really was not a conscious curator of his own emotional well-being. And unfortunately, because of his own demons, he didn't love himself too much. And he externalized a lot of his angst in music. You know, he got into the flow using music. Sacramento, cool. Well, that's 7 hours from Santa Barbara. But if I'm ever in Sacramento, I'm going to Farmers Deli and Bakery. Hey, everybody, if you are in the Sacramento area, check out Farmers Deli and Bakery. I bet you it's good. Hey, Nicole Rave, welcome. And those of you that missed any part of this, you can check it out on my feed. It's on there for 24 hours. And I'm also going to post it on my IGTV long form, so have no fear. But Freddie Mercury was a brilliant musician because he learned how to externalize his trauma, his angst, hey Austin, welcome, his angst, his demons in the form of art, which was music. But he wasn't a good curator of his own emotional needs. He didn't really know how to love himself truly. And that's why he self-destructed in many respects. And only later did we find out that he was this beautiful and kind and gentle soul that didn't really have an outlet besides rock and roll to... Oh, thank you, Farmers Deli and Bakery. Hey, Austin. Oh, wait. Hey, Nicole. He didn't really have an outlet or a way to process a lot of these emotions that were basically eating him alive. You know, he used drugs, he used sex, he used his own decadence. You know, his own rock and roll lifestyle as that outlet, and then he completely lost himself. But because it's almost New Year's, hey, I'm daring to be me. Awesome. Don't dare to be you. Just be you and be happy with that. Awesome. Because it's New Year's, I want to talk about emotional health and why it's important to put together a mental health plan or emotional well-being plan over all things in your life. You know, a lot of us in the new year, we put together a fitness plan. We go to the gym and we buy a membership, or we're putting together a business plan for a new business venture, or we just got a new job, we're starting a new job, and we're excited about that. And that's on our kind of life hierarchy of needs. Not like Maslow, but kind of. But what we fail to do is really take a look at our own emotional needs, our own mental health needs, and what went wrong for us in 2018. We all have that. Hey Chantel, how are you? Welcome. We all have emotional needs, mental health needs, that a lot of us, because of this fast-paced society we live in with instant gratification, we work long hours, we have children to feed, we have a husband or a wife or a partner, and we lose ourselves in that kind of life dance, and it becomes toxic if we do not really have become good curators of our own internal mental health, our own self-awareness. Hey, ALA Tiger, thanks for joining. I see some old faces. Hello, hello. Happy New Year, everybody. So this is a very special IGTV Live because we're going to really zero in on... Hey, Jeannie, welcome. Zero in on what our mental health needs are for 2019. Now, those of us that are seeing a therapist or working with a coach, I applaud you. Yes, Wibby Video, hang in there. The blueprint we're going to talk about, but that is something that you're going to do for yourself. I'm kind of the catalyst. I'm the shepherd. I'm the guy behind the guy, right? I'm the guy that's going to be kind of giving you little nuggets to give you some insight on how to do that. But I'm not going to do it for you because everyone is different. But being a good curator, being a good custodian of your emotional well-being, your mental health, is more important than anything else. Yes, we have to pay the bills. Yes, we have kids to feed. Yes, we have a partner we need to love and to pay attention to. But if you don't have a good bearing on your mental health, if you've just kind of squeaked by over the years, okay? Maybe you have these old patterns of behavior that you've learned from family members, from toxic relationships. Maybe it's that old tape of trauma that's been playing, that is activated every time you're feeling anxious, or every time you're in fear mode, or every time you're feeling threatened. And no matter in whatever situation that is, next 2019 is for you to put a plan together. So I want you to take out a piece of paper. I want you to get a pen handy, and I'm going to want you to write these things down, okay? I wrote it down for you, so I'm going to read it out to you. Because all of you deserve to have a happy, healthy, and balanced life. And I know that's hard in 2018, almost 2019, to do that, because we have so much stimulation. It's overstimulation, right? Social media and all your responsibilities as a partner and as a parent and as a friend and as an employee or running your own business, we're constantly being pulled in different directions. So, it doesn't have to be, hey, smiling rhino people, welcome. That's a very cool name. It's a very cool title. So I want you to take out a piece of paper. First question. What do you need? And I wrote this, if I can read my handwriting. What do you need to feed yourself here? I'm not talking about your heart, your little heart. What do you need to feed yourself? Like, what is it that your inner child, your mini you inside? Remember when we were kids? We'd go out and play outside after school. We'd have our sense of adventure. We'd have time to be creative and to immerse ourselves in externalized experiences where we're able to kind of tap that dopamine. Make a fort or go on hikes or whatever it was. Okay, what are you doing for yourself outside of work? Now, again, I'm not idealizing any of this. Life is not easy. This is tough stuff, but you can create time for yourself to fill that vessel of emotional needs that won't seem as narcissistic, that won't feel like you're just becoming self-involved as a person to others, okay? So look at your hierarchy of needs. What are you putting up on top? And if it's not mental health and emotional needs, then you really need to take a good look at what you are prioritizing for yourself. Not your family, not your friends, not your workspace, okay? What kind of emotional self-care are you doing? on a daily basis, right? Do you meditate for 5 to 10 minutes? Do you take the time to recharge you? I'm not talking about just going to the gym, okay? How many times this year did you engage in negative self-talk? Now put that down on a piece of paper. Don't fill it out now. How many times this year did you engage in this monkey mind negative self-talk? Okay? How many times did you get into a conflict? This is another question. How many times did you get into a conflict with either an employee for your business or a family member or your child? How many times did you get into an argument or get into a conflict with the people around you? Okay? That's another question. What triggered that conflict? Was the conflict... Another question. So just put the question and then leave like a couple lines so you can answer it for yourself. Okay? Next question. What triggered that conflict? And how many times did your ego get in the way? So how many times did your ego actually create that unnecessary... A lot of times it's unnecessary conflict, right? Because ultimately you are the curators of your own mental and emotional health. Nobody else is responsible for your emotional health. Nobody. The blame game won't work. You can blame your parents for raising you poorly. You can blame your spouse. You can blame your friends. You can blame your narcissistic employer. You can blame the whole world. But at the end of the day, you are you, and you need to sleep, walk around the earth in your clothes, and you need to wake up every morning and be you and present yourself as who you are, this deserved person who deserves to have a healthy and happy 2019. Next question. What does self-care look like to you? Okay? Think about it. Next question. What relationships do I need to get out of that are toxic or not serving my greater purpose? That are just draining me? Now, if you're in a work situation and you have a coworker or your boss is either an emotional vampire or toxic, that's a tough situation. But there are ways of getting around it and creating a safe space. One of it is finding a new job, which is not easy, and I'm not saying any of this is easy. But really take a look at your relationships and look at the relationships in your life, in your work life, that are not working for you, that are toxic, that are not serving here, right? The biggest identifier of true, if you need to make some changes in your daily life, is if the negative self-talk. What are you telling yourself every morning when you wake up in the morning? Look, I'm not saying this is easy, and I'm not sugarcoating any of this. What kind of things are you saying to yourself every morning when you wake up? Are you putting yourself down? Do you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see? Okay? These are all important questions. And again, I can't answer these questions for you, but this will help you construct a kind of a template. Okay? What can you be doing better in 2019 to be that conscious curator of your own emotional needs? Next question. What new activities outside of work and outside of your responsibilities can you integrate into your life that will help feed here? That will help be a catalyst to you feeling better about yourself. Remember, feeling good about yourself is an inside job. No one can do it for you. No therapist, no coach, no medication is going to make you feel better about yourself. You got to start here. You got to sit down with yourself and say, you know what? There are things that I did to others or to myself last year that did not serve my greater purpose. Because if you don't work on here, your inner emotional and mental health, and you don't make a conscious effort in improving that, your financial health, your life at work and at home will not get better. Now again, our lives are hectic. No one is saying that your life isn't difficult or that it has challenges. But there are simple things that you can do to be a better curator of your own mental and spiritual well-being. Now, of course, if you have a solid spiritual life or a solid... Can you see me now? Can you see me?